Hi everybody, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
And this is our review of
Armageddon. From the ground up.
You got the second part, right?
Why?
Oh, the first part was kind of
Why?
It's like the synapses firing are a bit slow. Players take on the role of survivors rebuilding their city in this post-apocalyptic game. This 3 to 4 player game has bidding, set collection, human resource management, and worker placement mechanics to it. The board here is set. The few random tiles that will differ from the game to game are these scoring tiles here drawn randomly, these auction tiles, and the 2 private scoring tiles each player will draw. Everything else is standard setup.
Each round starts off with setting up as such. The Marauder track goes up as the current round shows. They also check their personal city damage track and apply all the effects of everything showing to the left of the damage marker. Should it be on the first space, they gain 2 points. Then reveal equipment cards equal to the number of players and place workers randomly drawn from the bag on each card as designated here. These can be workers, soldiers, engineers, or marauders. Reveal buildings equal to the number of players. We now move on to auctions.
The player with the most points will bid first. If tied, the marker which is on top will go. They'll take their player marker along with any number of meeples behind their screen and place them on the topmost available row in any of the 3 columns. Then the next player clockwise goes, and so on until all have bid once on each 3 columns. Then we distribute the rewards. The player who bid the most on the first column will gain the reward as listed on the auction tile and get first dibs at the equipment cards along with all the meeples there. Any marauders taken will be placed in the bag and it will increase their marauder track 1 per marauder taken. If tied in the bid, the player closest to the top on the column breaks it. Then the second highest bid goes. The player that bid least gets the auction tile penalty and is forced to take the last card and its meeples. The second column plays out the same but for choice of buildings, and the last column will allow the players to use the meeples used in that bid there to be placed in their city for effects. These range from killing off marauders, repairing your city, gaining victory points, drawing equipment cards to finish off those set collection for huge endpoints, or even converting workers into other types.
Players retrieve all their survivors from the auction and city board. For each marauder they couldn't fight off as listed here, their city takes that much damage. Next, they total their housing points. After totaling their survivors as well, any excess must be returned to the bag, and they'll lose 2 points per. Should any of your buildings have points in their bottom right, add these to your score. By the end of the 3rd round, all players will score the scoring tile, and new auction tiles will replace the old ones. The Marauder track for each player goes back to the first space, losing 1 point per space on their way back. The end of the 6th round, we do this again. Then go to final scoring. Players will add all their set collection from the equipment card, city bonus if any, and choose one of their private scoring tile to score. The player with the most points wins.
I absolutely love the Armageddon from the ground up. The mechanics are blended real well with this one. The game is full of tactical choice with also some great foresight into long-term strategy with the public and private scoring tiles. And the versatility the game offers in terms of choice up until the end with which private scoring tile is prevalent throughout the game is great. The theme is extremely well captured and the excitement in the game is always there, as you're not only fighting off marauders, but speculating on how many meeples your competitions have behind their screen. A slight con for me is player count. The game can only be played at 3 to 4 players, but it does play extremely well at both those counts. Besides the other slight con, worth half a penalty, is luck of some people have in gaining the right equipment card for their set. This is slight, however, as there are buildings to mitigate this luck. Game has great player interaction with the bids and replay value with what public and private scoring tiles come each game. We absolutely loved Armageddon on the ground up, and it's staying in my library with a well-deserved 8.5 out of 10. I'm glad to have Queen Games on board with us again. If you have any questions concerning the game, leave a comment below and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.